Youth. Is it a quality or an accident of circumstances? Well, if you go with the former, don't you believe that we should exploit this gargantuan quality which we have? India, a country of 1.25 billion individuals, where 65% is aged 35 and below. India, a country of so many people, is about to become the world's youngest nation by 2020. And on the other hand, US, Japan, China, and the Western Europe is relatively aging. So we have this demographic potential in abundance again. And don't you believe that we have this moral obligation as the youth of the country to take India from developing to the status of being developed? Don't you believe that it is us who are bound to do something or the other for the country? We need to take country from one step to the other and ultimately to giddy heights. And for that, youth is solely responsible. India is on a track of reformation, and we need to ensure that this reformation come transition is smooth, efficacious, and consistent. We have the economic, political, and socio-cultural changes, and above all of them is the attitudinal change of the youth, along with technological advancements. So here I like to quote the findings of CSDS, Center for the Study of Developing Societies. A few days back, a study was conducted by CSDS among 6,000 odd individuals, and that was the mapping of the minds of youth. Hello everybody, I'm Aditya Sahasrabudhe, and I'll talk about the findings of attitudes, anxieties, and aspirations of the youth of the country in the age bracket of 15 to 34 years of age. Let's stick to some positives of the findings of CSDS. Enrollment of girls at senior secondary school level has spiked through 73% as compared to 59% a decade back, which is a substantial spike. Let's talk about religion, because it's something which allows you to connect to God, and it's always beneficial if you are more religious. And the good thing is that every third individual, and by individual here I mean every third youth, is religious or highly religious, which is again a good take from the findings. Marriage is something important, but it should never be the first preference for a budding individual. A fact which might be shocking to some of you is that still 46% of people get married in that age group, but it's an improvement as compared to 54% in 2007. And again, acceptance of intercaste marriage has risen from 30% to 50% in a decade. Furthermore, let's talk about social media. Our parents, our elders, and everybody accuses us of misusing social media and being addicted to it, but facts suggest otherwise. Only 1/5 of youth continuously uses social media, while the rest is not as addicted as the 1/5. Now let's come to the cons part of the findings. What all we can improve. Women wearing jeans is still considered a taboo. And when I was actually going through the findings, I was actually relieved when I read this particular fact. 2/3 of youth considers that women shouldn't wear jeans. I mean, isn't this totally ridiculous? Don't we term ourselves a wuss when we say such a thing? If guys can wear the jeans, why not girls? Why can't they have the luxury of wearing a simple clothing, and that is jeans? Think about it. Women working after marriage is again something not accepted by the Indian youth. And again, I'm surprised that why is that so? We only want women to get married to us and take care of our children and our house and our parents. But why don't we accept them to work along with us? Still, 33% of youth believes that women should work after marriage, which is again deeply surprising. Furthermore, enrollment of boys in senior secondary school level has succumbed. It is much below 73%, and we talk about development, globalization, and making India a superpower. And on the other hand, ironically, there is a statistic which is totally paradoxical to what we talk about. A statistic which should be 100% is even below 73%, which is something which we need to deeply mull about. Last but not the least, mostly the youth of the country, India, is anxious. They are encapsulated by this trap of anxiety. And I'm sorry to say, but as the findings suggest, 80% of the youth is suffering from the disease called anxiety. And obviously it depends. It's good to think about a thing or two once or twice, but if you are unable to get over that particular thing, and if you get anxious about it and then allow your work and the other stuff to hamper, then it is something which is totally deleterious for not just your health but everyone. There might be a couple of reasons. You might be anxious about your education, about your job, about getting employed, about the health of your family, about your personal health. But over all of it, it's time to get over that anxiety and overcome it in the first place. Last and the least, we are so afraid to be a failure. We are afraid to make mistakes. But I ask you guys, why are we so anxious to make mistakes? Why do we worry till the time we make mistakes? How would we learn that what is correct and what is not? How would we atone our mistakes if we don't commit them? 76% of the youth of the country is worried and is not willing to make mistakes. We need to obviously get over this. Unless and until we try, we won't make mistakes and we won't correct them. So it's obviously better to make mistakes than to not do anything. Well, the last fact was made up and it was not in the findings of CSDS, but I hope you agree with me. This was Aditya Sahasrabudhe. Hope you like this video and hope you have a couple of things to suggest, so you can jot them down on the comments section. Share this video, like this video, and stay tuned.